Welcome to Omhint. My name is Pandit Jagannath Cassidy.
And my name is Vino Nityananda.
So I have a question today. I was wondering about attitude. If you could speak a little bit about attitude and its importance in moving forward in life, in finding happiness and fulfillment and things like that.
Thank you. So there is a course that I actually deliver, which has this as a central element of that course, and that is, how do we move forward in our lives so that we can become fulfilled in our lives, that we feel like I am doing what I really want to do in my life, I'm excited about life, I'm enthusiastic, I enjoy my life, and I enjoy doing the things I want to do. So there are different elements in this course that I speak about, but some of them are, like the first one I speak about is attitude. That if one doesn't have the right attitude in relation to what they're doing, in relation to themselves and what they're doing, then there are going to be problems.
Right, right.
So, and first of all, everybody has an attitude, you know. The thing is whether you have the right attitude, whether you have a proper attitude. You see, it's like, say for example, I may have an attitude of an employee, and then I want to do business, then I have to learn the attitude of an employer.
Right.
I have to learn the attitude of a businessman.
So could you also maybe call the attitude as like a mind frame?
Yes.
Or a mental outlook?
Yes,
yeah.
It is. It is actually at the lowest level, it's actually a sense frame. It's like it's your senses. First you got to get your senses aroused, right?
Right, right.
I love this.
Right, right. You got to get the hunger. Or the,
you know, you got to feel like I'm seeing something great, I'm hearing something great here, I'm tasting something great here, like that. And then the mind has to be similarly aroused, so like that.
Right,
so
right.
You know, the mind frame has to be right. Then the intelligence should be in the right frame too, because the mind may be in the right frame, but if the intelligence is not in the right frame, then you're out of whack.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then also your identity, right? What is your identity? Let that be.
Right. No, that is so important too.
Let
that
them all
is
be
so
in,
important.
Yeah. Let them all be in frame. Now if you've got them in frame, you're moving forward with your attitude in a way that can be done. So how do we do that? This is what we speak about in the course. How do we actually make sure that I have the right attitude? And not only I have the right attitude, I have it in such abundance that no force can stop me from achieving what I want to do.
Right.
That's the type of attitude one should have relative to things that we are doing. And then the next thing is, you were speaking about earlier about, you know, that you really need to figure out what you love doing, what you want to do in life, right?
Right, right.
Write down some of the things that, you know, I'd like to do something like this. You set your mind on something, set your heart on something, right?
Yeah, self-analyze, you know?
Yeah, self-analyze yourself like that. So in this part, I talk about, you know, how we can sit down and write down what I really love doing in my life. You know, imagine if God came to you and gave you a magic wand and said, you can do anything you like.
Yeah.
What would you say to him? I'd love to do that. Now, take some time thinking over it, because a lot of people don't think about these things.
No, they don't.
And because they
so important as well.
Yeah, because they don't think about it, they may not able to write it down immediately.
Yeah.
But give yourself about a month, because remember, you're going to do something really big in your life. Well, give yourself some time so that you can really do a good job of it.
Right.
For over months, for a period of months, just sit down and keep writing down what you think you like. Think about it. You're going to scratch some things off. You're going to add some things on. But after a month, you know, a good list is better than a good list today is better than an ideal list tomorrow. You know
Right.
Or better list tomorrow, right? Like there is no ideal list, but a better list. So the idea is that get yourself down to understanding what is it that I really love doing in my life. And then the third thing is that, because this part a lot of people don't do, even after they figure out what they want to do, they're still not able to do. And people think, well, that's probably you really didn't want to do it. No, it's not that. What happens is, the third thing you have to do is you have to understand your nature, you know. And there often, you know, like I speak to large crowds of people, I'm sitting in a chair, and I'll have a microphone in front of me, you know. And I'll take the microphone, I'll put it on the ground, and I'll sit on the microphone. And I'll pick up the chair and I'll speak through the chair. And people think, man, this guy's gone crazy or something, you know? Something wrong with this person. Why is he speaking through a chair and sitting on a microphone?
Right.
And then I get back onto the chair and I put the microphone in front of him and I tell him that's the problem people have in their lives. If you're a microphone, don't use yourself as a chair.
Right.
Now, people say, well, I'm not something, I'm a complex person. That is true. But you have also got a nature.
Yeah.
And there's ways to understand what your nature is. And if you don't, you can contact me. But there are people in this world who can tell you about your nature. And you'll figure it out over a period of time yourself. But the idea is that if you know your nature, then you know that whatever you want to do fits with that nature.
Right.
Because if it fits with that nature, it's going to do great. Like, say, for example, as a microphone, if I want to amplify the voice, it's going to do it. You see what I'm saying? But if I use the chair to amplify the voice, it's not going to do a great job of it. It'll probably not do a job of it. And worse, it may stop me from amplifying. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So this is what happens with people. They have confusion in their lives. And that confusion is actually stopping them back also from doing things that they want in their life. Like you spoke about how, self-doubt, fear, these types of things stop people.
Yeah. No, a lot of times people get held back.
Right. And so then the next thing I talk about is just like we have a nature that relates to our person as the body, you know, because at a worldly level, we are, made up of our senses, our mind, our intelligence, our false ego, like that. And then, so like that. So this is the first level of understanding of who a person is. But higher than that is who I call the eternal person, the real person.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the real person has a soul, is actually the soul, and is connected to the origins of the soul, the manifestors of the soul. You might say the creators of the soul. Not created, because soul can never be created because the soul is eternal. But those who manifested the soul, who people sometimes say is God or some powerful energy out there, because God has three features. The energy feature, the feature as the super soul sitting in our hearts, spiritual heart here, and then as the supreme personality himself, the person himself, or herself, you can say, because the supreme personality of Godhead has the male and the female feature. Male feature is Krishna, and female feature is Radharani, like that. Or the male feature as Gauranga, like that. So this higher self also has a nature. So we call that our spirituality.
Right.
So that's our spirit. You see what I'm saying? So how is my spirit connected to this? Because if the spirit is connected, it's going to explode the results.
Right.
It's going to bring up results at such a high level that even any person can try to imagine the best results. This will go way above that imagination. Right. And happen in a way that's also truly astounding how it happens, So like that. So then all of these need to be they need to be integrated with the universe, because we live in a particular universe. So the universe we're in now, we need to integrate it with that universe so that we can become successful now. We don't have to wait until how sometimes, in religious movements they say, well, just keep doing the right thing. In your next life, you'll go to heaven and then you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, whether I make it to heaven or not, that's another issue. But the point is, that sounds more like a
lot of people complain about that. They say it's like a post-dated check.
I call it a rubber check.
Yeah, a rubber check, a post-dated check.
Post-dated check,
yeah. It's
which is also probably a rubber check. Probably a bounce anyway.
Yeah. It's something that's it's a promise, and in exchange for this or that.
And actually, the people who are doing it generally are looking for money themselves, or looking for fame, or looking for followers, and they trade this type of.
And also, it starts with an assumption, which I feel is wrong, that it turns it into, well, if you do this, you get heaven, and if you do this, you get hell, and that kind of assumes that God is some tyrannical figure that wants to burn you and only tolerates you enough to make you live. You know what I mean? If you're a good boy, you get life.
Exactly.
And that I feel is an erroneous attitude to look at.
It is totally erroneous. So the idea here is, or the facts are, that we are in a particular universe that we're living in. It's real. Because sometimes people say, well, this is an unreal universe, meaning that it's not,
that comes back to disassociative mentality.
Exactly. Yeah. This universe is real, it's temporary. And so the idea is that it is called illusory in the sense that it is temporary. Whereas the soul is eternal, this world, the material world, is temporary. But even in that temporary world, there are great things that are happening that allow us to connect with our higher self, like that. So how do you make these connections is our nature and our spirituality. And then connecting that to the universe that we're in, now we're able to do things in a way that, like you were saying in a previous talk that you gave, now you'll know how to progress in a way, move forward in a way, to do things in a way that will be totally enthusing, totally enlivening like that, exciting, happy, progressive in ways that you want it to be progressive.
Right.
So these are things that are linked all the way from the attitude to the universe and how we connect them. Thank you very much for asking questions.
Thank you very much.